side of things we're going to be talking about, how we're going to run this, and let me tell you who's in the room today. So on each table you should have a table host. So table host, please say hello to your table if you haven't already done so.
God, I've grown up on this estate. Well, I think I was 3 when I moved in, and I'm 57 this year. So for 54 years I've been on this estate, so I do know the estate, know the people. And I've got to be fair, there are some nice people out there, but then you get your odd, as you know, your odd idiot. And I think if you are part of that community, then you grow up with it, don't you? So it follows you along.
The elderly people around here don't even like the way it is, because it's just pushing all the elderly people out and the children, and it's just bringing more gangs together.
What we're seeing is, we're from Always ladies from England, what we're seeing is the Always estate is very much the same as any estate, not just in Newport but across the country. 80% of problems are the same everywhere. What needs to happen is for the agencies to get together, listen to each other and come up with problem solving projects. I've come here today because I was asked to, because I went to the first meeting of this get together, and I'm very interested in community and trying to get organisations to work together, not isolated, and to come up with a programme that will maybe alleviate some problems. The Connecting Cafe is a good idea. I did initially have doubts. I've observed the people that are in there, and there are some good thoughts coming through. And I think if they're listened to, then there could be an outcome.
I think this Connective Cafe is a good thing to run because it's getting other people's opinions and feelings out of what the community is.
I think the community is good doing this because it brings all families and friends back together.
As young people, we feel sort of judged by other communities, and we put it down to a bad reputation for Newport, not just for England and Norway, but as a whole. And we discuss sort of things that aren't so good in the area, and also the gentleman sat by here mentioned some positives, that we are quite close together, and he knows the people that are quite close. But yeah, we just sort of pointed out the bad reputation.
Dywdais yma fel aelod newydd sbon o Senedd Ieuenctid Cymru er mwyn gweld sut mae troseddau yn effeithio ar bawb yn fardal lleol i. Wel, roedd y caffi gysylltu'n hynod o fuddiol i mi. Oedd e'n cyfle i mi weld sut mae gymaint o bobl yn credu'r un peth. Maen nhw gyd eisiau'r un peth allan o heddiw, a mae fe'n dangos beth sy'n wir angen cael ei wneud. Wel, credaf yn gryf all y cymuned chwarae rôl hynod o hanfodol bwysig yn newid pethau yn y cymuned, a newid sut mae pobl yn meddwl am stwff yn bennaf. Wrth gwrs hoffai parhau i weithio gyda'n gymuned clos i, oherwydd fel hoffwn i ddangos i bawb all bobl ifanc fel fi cael llais masif yn neud newid yn y cymuned.
What have you got here?
Right, over here, we haven't got nothing specific that ranks them all up into one. We've got a couple of ideas here. I mean, we got racism, discriminating cultures, we got TDAs taking driveaways, led to car chasing where the children are too dangerous to be left alone to run out on the road.
I come here today because obviously it's to raise awareness of crime, and there's a lot of things happening in the streets right now, and things need to be recognised, and it's only realistically us adults that can try and recreate that from happening. So that's why I come here today. Crime is a big issue from here. I mean, we got things like we got damage, vandalisms, we got TDAs taking drives away. We have stuff like fighting in the area, and we've got stuff like kids running around smoking cannabis and stuff like that. And it's making people actually more less insecure about actually being public. So we need to take effect on that.
Where they're in gangs, and like where teenagers are in gangs and they start picking on lonely teenagers, they lower the teenagers' self-esteem, give them anxiety and depression, which puts suicidal thoughts in their head.
Talk about how maybe in school we should be taught some more like skills so young people know how not to be antisocial. And the whole thing about not having things to do, we thought like young people need somewhere to go, so they're not getting like standing out on the streets. Today was interesting to hear that there was a lot of different people, different ages and different genders from different areas, all coming together about the community and all have the same opinions on the crime that is happening.
Our main goal from a policing and partnership perspective is engaging with our communities, and we've always historically dictated what the issues are within the communities and how ultimately we're going to problem solve. This here encourages the communities to identify the issues that are impacting on the quality of their lives, and ultimately then the idea is then to sort of co-coordinate a problem-solving approach and involving the community in that process throughout.
I work in Ringland Library. I've been here a long time. I have seen some awful things. Threatening behaviour to myself, windows smashed, lots of horrible things in the library. But a colleague of mine, her car was actually rolled over. The library's closed, moved down to the shopping unit next door to the barbers. And if you're all from Ringland, you know what happens to the barbers. We smell it all the time. By the end of the day, we're very happy people. I mean, okay, I know the police know exactly where these people are. They're not causing any problems to Ringland because they're next door to us.
As a way of dealing with crime, it's a good place to start, because obviously we've got to start somewhere from the bottom, and it's low level, obviously, where it starts, and then it works its way up. So it's good to see an insider point of view of how people are dealing with that crime on a daily basis and how they're being affected, and for them to say, what can we do? I think this method is a good way to use again. Now we've done it the once, I think the word will get out in the community, and hopefully you'll be more numbers and more people. Again, then we get more opinions and point of views to help us tackle what's going on in the community.
I do believe youngsters of today need to be too. Busy hands, keep them busy, less crime, less everything.
I think the Connecting Cafe is a great opportunity for people to sit together, have some open discussions in a relaxed, informal atmosphere, and to share some ideas about how we can improve the community together. As a local head teacher, it's been really interesting to play a role in this whole event, and moving forwards then it will be really interesting to be able to take back the minutes, for example the visual minutes, and share that with the school community, and even use some of our pupil leadership team to translate those visual minutes into Welsh.
The Connecting Cafe is just a great way to get people out of their communities, to get them in a room together, to make them feel relaxed so they can express the things that are on their mind. I think the turnout today is really good. People of all ages, there's a nice mixed demographic, and everyone is saying what's on their mind. So I think as part of our strategy to build up the Ringland and Allway community, I think this is really important as it involves people. It seeks to involve them in the things that are really important to them, and it allows them to participate. It's not for us to do this to them, it's for them to take responsibility for improving well-being and conditions within their community, and this gives them a chance to do that.